Violetta on Licari reporting from Cherokee, North Carolina at the Village. Been having a blessed weekend meeting with cast members from Cherokee and a good group of cast members from Big Sky, the TV show. Now I'm with a new cast member today, and I'd like him to introduce himself so we can get to know him a bit. I'm standing with
Neil Chaske.
Neil. I understand now you're a cast member of Big Sky.
Yes, I am, and I'm very honored and thankful.
Well, we're blessed to have you join us in the cast of Big Sky, and we'd like to get to know a little bit about you.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Big Sky, and I want to know, now that you're a cast member, how you feel personally about being cast in Big Sky. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me. It's not just about being in the cast. It's about what they represent and what it means. We talk a lot about heart, and that's who I am. And it's when I talk from the heart. The truth. Honesty.
That's beautiful. Wow, I love it. And that's what we're all about, the heart. I mean, Neil, you nailed it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us about you as an actor. What kind of things have you done?
Well, let's see. Off and on, it'll be quite a few years, but it was a Aboriginal TV show. It was called North of 60. It was filmed up in Alberta, Canada. Yeah. And that was a great experience for me. That's where it all started.
Wow. So are you Canadian? I mean, did you live in Canada? What's your Canadian connection?
Yeah, I'm actually a Canadian. My people, I'm a Dakota Sioux, and I'm originally from Sioux Valley, Dakota Nation.
Oh, how interesting. See how varied we are in Big Sky. Isn't this wonderful? I told you we're international. That's awesome. That's excellent. So now you're in Big Sky, and how do you feel about it being a Western?
I like it.
Okay.
I mean, it's you gotta bring new things, forward, and get it out there.
Oh,
and
awesome. So you're bringing your experience to the table.
Yes.
And through your experience in acting and as a native, we Indian, we'll have your experience from your tribe and your cultural differences. As we're learning from all the different tribes, there are some cultural differences, even though we're one people.
Right.
Right. We're of the race, the human race.
Right.
And we're one people, and we're kin. Even though we have some differences, we bring the differences to the table and make it better.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So it's a great thing. So tell me now personally about yourself. Hobbies, what kind of things do you like to do?
Well, if I may, I'm going to talk about my passions. Okay. My passion is I have a TV program. Okay, it's called White Eagle Speaks TV. And what you're doing here, this is wonderful because it lines in with what we're doing. Bringing out the truth, the awareness of all Aboriginal people, First Nations people throughout America, North America, around the world, and bring that truth out. And that's what with White Eagle Speaks TV. That's what we're bringing out.
Wow, that's beautiful. This is so important. And we've been talking all weekend about how we bring different things to the community, to the table, but at large, to the larger community. We're learning one from another.
Right.
And we're contributing on a good level, and this is what makes our earth that we honor, that our Creator has given us, it makes it a better place because we're respecting it in respecting one another. Would you say that is so?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're through White Eagle Speaks TV, we're also helping many other people out there, along with Big Sky, and we're helping them. We support them fully, and it's just amazing.
Thank you.
To be
I
part.
love that. Now, may I ask you personal?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to know what the significance of this is, what you're wearing.
Oh, this means to me, my partner Nancy gave this to me, but it represents unity, Turtle Island.
Oh,
you know, and Mother Earth.
Okay.
You know, we all live on Mother Earth.
Mhm.
And like you said, you mentioned we respect each other, honor each other, you know, and that's who, you know, that's what this represents.
Yeah, that's beautiful, by the way. It's just
Thank you.
beautiful. Yeah, kind of like your hat too.
Oh,
You know,
thank
I'm really into hats, right?
Yeah.
So you keep it tight on your head because you never know with
Yeah.
Daisy. I want to thank you for taking the time out to spend with me on this interview, and we're so happy that you're a part of Big Sky. Obviously, they saw something really special when they asked you if you would consider joining us. So I know, because I trust Frank and Cindy's their choices and what they see. I know that what they're looking for and the work that they do in finding the people that they give us. So I'm really blessed and honored to meet you.
Yeah.
I look forward to working with you on the set.
Yes.
And before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewing audience?
Let's see here. Well, I want to say, you know, again, I'm honored to be part of Big Sky Cast and to be working around, you know, such positive people, you know, amazing people. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, all of you guys are such incredible and positive people.
Well, thank you for saying that. You know, we consider ourselves family, and we really, it's not just words. We really believe that, and we behave that way. And you know, actions speak a lot louder than words,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So I want to say thank you one more time. I look forward to seeing you, and you will look forward to watching Big Sky. This is Violetta Licari reporting for Under the Big Sky. My TV show airs in the fall, so tune in. Till I see you again, God bless. Hi, Violetta Licari reporting for Under the Big Sky. I'm in Cherokee, North Carolina at the Village. We've had a wonderful weekend. We've been here since Thursday. It's Sunday now, and we're just having a grand old time with cast members from Cherokee for Onto These Hills and with cast members from Big Sky, the TV show. Now, I'm with somebody today that I'd like to introduce you to and have him tell you about himself. He's a man of many hats, real important part of Big Sky, the TV show, on many levels, but he's just as important, if not more so, out there in the world with all his adventures and what he brings to the world. You'll be amazed to hear about this man that I'm with. So I'm going to give him that opportunity right now to tell you first his name and who he is.
I'm Dale Stewart.
Dale Stewart, let's start with, because we've got a lot to talk about. Now, Dale, before we even go there, you always dress like this?
You know, I'm Scottish and in Big Sky. Lassie, I play a Scotsman.
Oh, so we can see you looking kind of like this pretty much most of the time, right?
Most of the time, I play John Ballantyne,
Oh, John Ballantyne.
the Scotsman.
Okay, wow, that's pretty exciting. I bet you have a whole idea about your character, and you're probably not going to tell us all too much, but tell us a teeny bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit. The Scotsman actually was born in America. His parents died very early, and he grew up with the Cherokee. And he left the Cherokee and came to Big Sky.
Is that unusual for a Scotsman to grow up with the Cherokee?
No, not at all. The Cherokee and the Scots, particularly in North Carolina and Georgia and Tennessee, mingled quite frequently early on. The American Indian and the Scotsman had a lot in common. We both come from clans. We both have chiefs. We had many similarities in our culture.
You know, I find that so interesting because you're talking about two different continents, and yet look at the similarities. And to me, it's just further proof of how much alike we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to look at that. Most cultures have some similarities to them, as many cultures have great differences. But there are similarities there. And I think that's one of the things that Big Sky is really going to show.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Before we go on to your personal life, because there's so much there, you wear some other hats in Big Sky besides your character. So tell us about that.
I do. I'm also one of the historical consultants for Big Sky, and I think that came from I've been a studier of cultures worldwide, but I became known as somewhat of an expert on the 1800s history of the American West, both with the American Indian as well as with the frontiersmen that went west.
Tell us about the Trail of Tears. Now, not everybody knows what the Trail of Tears is, and besides the Cherokee people, probably Dale would be the most learned right now to tell us. So tell us your connection with the Trail of Tears.
Well, 2 years ago, I paddled the water trail of the Trail of Tears, which most people do not know about. But the original Trail of Tears was actually to be by water. The government thought that it would be the quickest, and they thought it would be the most humane way to move the tribes from the southeast to Indian Territory, which is now Oklahoma. And of course, the Cherokee were not the only tribe removed. There was also the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Creek, and the Seminole with the Cherokee.
When you say, pardon me, but when you say removed, we're not talking about willingly.
No, we're talking about forced removal. In 1828, there was an act in Congress. There was the Indian Removal Act. It came into law in 1830. And in 1830, it removed all Indians east of the Mississippi River. Now, the Mississippi River starts at Canada and goes all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. So not only were the 5 civilized tribes removed, but it also impacted tribes all in the Northeast as well.
Wow, that's just huge. This is history we don't normally learn in our history books in elementary school as we're growing up, or even on into college, unless we're seeking that. And it is just a sad truth. Here at Cherokee, they do a play called On to These Hills, and it's a good, very good presentation of what happened to the Cherokee people, the sacrifice that was made. And as Dale is saying, it wasn't just the Cherokee, but many tribes were forced to leave their God-given land.
Yes.
It was a horrible thing, and in Big Sky, the TV show, we hope to bring about the real truth of what has happened in our history. We're not a documentary, we're a TV show, but we want to incorporate the truth so we get to know what really happened and not all the fluff we grew up learning that was filled with just fantasy.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that really drew me to Big Sky originally. And when I was first approached about being a historical consultant and being on the show, one of the things that I absolutely wanted to see happen was that we portrayed people in the real light that they needed to be portrayed, and that we called them by what they wanted to be called, from their nation names. To if you ask an American Indian who he is, besides his name, he's going to identify with his nation. I'm Cherokee. I am Lakota. I am Chickasaw. I am Choctaw. And I think it is very important that we honor that.
Yes, they're very important, and we do.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for all of your input on that. You did some tremendous job with that when you did the paddling of the. Tell us a little bit about that, your journey.
Well, the journey, there was not much known about the water route of the Trail of Tears, and I had been known as somewhat of an explorer. I had paddled some other little rivers like the Amazon and the Nile River.
Somewhat of an explorer.
And so I decided to do this and started in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Ross's Landing, which is where the original water removal took place, and paddled up the Tennessee River to the Ohio River in Kentucky, and the Ohio River over to the Mississippi, 341 miles down the Mississippi to the Arkansas, and then across. The total journey was about 1,400 miles. Took me about 85 days.
Wow, that's tremendous. That's tremendous. And what an honor. What an honor to be able to do that, and for what you're representing.
Yes, it was amazing to me, and it was amazing to me the reception I got when I got back.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, you're also involved in a ton of other things.
Yeah.
Dale is hardly ever around because he travels nonstop with what he does, and it's something great for us as a people. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I developed a company several years ago called Nature's Edge, and Nature's Edge developed into, I have a nationally syndicated radio station that's on many AM and FM stations around the country. Called Nature's Edge, where I talk nature. I interview indigenous people. I interview different people from different cultures. We talk about animals and plants and everything else. And then also have been involved in a number of documentaries that have been shown on a number of the channels on your television dial.
Where'd you just come back from?
Belize.
Belize, that's just one stop.
Yeah, we're filming a special on the Mayan culture.
How exciting. I can't wait to hear more about that.
And I'm going to India.
Oh, well, now, listen, this is between me, you, and the anthill. We don't say the word India in a sentence without my name attached, right, Dale?
Yes, I understand. This lady sends me little text messages all the time with just the word India. Every day.
Because you know what's going to come up. If Dale is going to India, you know who's going, right?
Yes, I do. I do. You're on. Yeah, I've told you to get your passport ready.
I'm very experienced in India. I've done mission work there for the last 15 years. So I'm very learned of the Indian people, the Indian culture, the country, the customs. So Dale and I have talked recently, and we see that's a very strong possibility on the horizon, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We're working on it.
So I got something to tell you.
What?
India.
India.
And I'll tell you one more thing. India.
Yeah. Guys, you have no idea since you found out I may be filming in India how many messages I get from this lady about
Just
that.
every day.
Yeah, every day. Several times a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever I can.
Yeah. I want to thank you for all you do for Big Sky.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, this is an amazing lady who works very hard to help us pull this off.
Well, thank you very much. It's my heart and my passion. It's become my vision, which I've been adopted by Julie Bumgarner, our creator. If it wasn't for her vision that her grandfather gave her, we wouldn't be here to talk about it. And those of us that have come on board and love her to pieces, and the vision has become ours through an engrafting, it's just a passion. We love it, and we want to give it everything we have because we believe in it. We believe in its message. And before we do go, though, Dale, tell us something now. We know quite a bit about you, those of us that know you. Viewing audience now knows a little bit more. But tell us something somebody might not know. Like, you know what Cindy said? She rides a motorcycle. I'm floored by that. So tell us something about you.
Well, I ride motorcycles as well. But in my younger days, I was a rodeo clown.
No way!
Yeah. Quite a few people know that. But, yeah, I was a PRCA rodeo clown and also rode saddle broncs for a number of years.
Wow.
Until I got married and my wife said that's enough of that.
Enough of that clowning around.
Yeah.
Now, seriously, on a serious note with rodeos, I've come to learn recently because I spent time up in Reno at a really important rodeo. The rodeo clown has an important job. It's not just clowning around. That's a real important job that they do, making sure things are going right and everyth's okay. Yep. Isn't it?
My first job is protect the cowboy.
Yeah. See, so most people don't realize that. You see in a rodeo, that's a pretty intense position to have. Well, Dale, thank you once again. India, thank you once again for being here, and you're always on the spot, and you're always where you need to be, and when we have meetups and you're there, it's because you're not in, Belize or Washington or some other India, not without my name in it, and somewhere else in the world. So thank you for taking the time out of your extremely busy schedule. We're going to have a great time when we start filming Big Sky. And
we will.
Yeah.
Oh, darling Lassie, it's so nice to see you again.
Same here. Love you in the Lord. Now, wait a minute, don't go away. Come here, we got to say goodbye. Okay, so Violetta, Anna Licari, and
Dale Stewart.
Reporting from Cherokee, North Carolina for Under the Big Sky. Till I see you again, God bless.
God bless.